Hello everyone, xHedra here, bringing you episode 35 of Hypovolemia, a mod pack by Caithleen. So, last episode, I was on fire! Finished the Witchery questline, and look at this! The second floor is coming up nicely. And I started already putting some dense cable all around to try and connect other places. And I have a problem with that. I'll talk about it a bit later. For now, let me just show you the rest of the stuff that I did. Okay, so if I go back to main floor, and you know what? Let's continue with this. Why did I come back to the main floor? Oh yeah, first I want an ender chest. So let's just make a quick ender chest. Ender chest right here. Well, I'm going to need some wool, and I'm fed up, so I'm just going to make some wool. And the reason for that is, let me go downstairs to the power room, and voila. I finally moved the Oreberry Farm, and if I go one level lower, you'll see that all of the Oreberries have a growth pulsar under them. Now, I didn't put growth pulsar under the mushrooms and under the Nether Wart because I don't really care about accruing those all that much. But for the rest, yeah, it's important. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to replace this with an ender chest so that things can be imported, because don't know what happened. I kind of forgot that I'm supposed to put an ender chest here. So let me just break this one at some point, yes, and put an ender chest like this. And now this will all be automatically imported into our ME system. Okay, what else did I do? Yeah, okay, so main floor. So I started moving the ME cable, and right here I have an ME terminal, an ME crafting terminal. So here I can craft whatever I want next to my Botania setup. I also installed one back there so that whenever I come here, I can just go, oh, I want to put all of that in my system, grab it, come here, and just go crazy and push. I just need to be careful. There are some things I don't want to push into the system. But I can also craft stuff here if I want to. Then I made one. There wouldn't be an episode without some of these wolves. And I brought one right here. This one is not working. You crappy dog. Okay, so now I have to fix this stupid mistake. I hate that the farms are so easy to break. It is beyond annoying. So let's just come back here, grab this, take a small flight back here, and just go fix that. Wow, it's already, that's crazy how fast it disappeared. Well, disappear, I mean became grass. So let's do this and this and this, and well, problem solved. Okay, so let's just put all of this in here. Not gonna need this, not gonna need, oh no, not in there, sorry, in here. Not going to need this, not going to need this, and not going to need this. We're not going to be doing any of that stuff today. And this can go in the ME system. Okay, so today I want to complete some quests. I'd like to try and complete the Bloodline quest, the Offering More quest line, but it's not going to be possible because of the crystal cluster. I'm pretty close, but I can't finish a crystal cluster. Let me show you right here. So I made all of the resource. I have enough of everything except the Nether Star block. So if I put those 4 Nether Star block here, voila, 1 crystal cluster. But for the next one, I need 4 more blocks. So that's 4. If I come back here, it's not even finished transforming. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then, oh, and then another 9. So that's all of the Wither skeleton that I need, Wither skeleton skull that I need to finish another block. And then you know what? I'm going to need Wither skeleton skull. I'm going to need, how many is it that I need? I need 9, 18, 36. Oh, 34, 35, 36. So to be able to finish the next one, I'm going to need to transform all of those into Nether Stars. I'm going to take the crystal cluster and add that one to this right here. And you know what? I'm also going to push the Nether Stars in here for now because it doesn't really matter until we're ready. So unfortunately, it's not going to be this episode, but I hope that it's going to be in a soon-ish episode. Okay, for some of the things that I want to craft today, I'm going to need more of these because I only have like, 20 reinforced slate. And for here, like I changed the setup and I was just dumb. This doesn't work. That's not how you need to make the setup. Unfortunately, it needs to stay there. I'm just not quite sure why it's not working super well. So I need to do this and this and this. Nope, reverse. And then set some wood on it. Then reset it with this. Perfect. So technically, oh no, it should be good. It should work. So what it's going to do is, because wood is long to make, so it's going to make 64 splinters, and once they're transformed, they're going to move here and empty while this is reloading to 10,000, and once this is back to 10,000, because that's how it's set, it's going to push the next set of oak wood splinter that are going to be crafted. Like, I need to reset this to stone, making blank one plate, but for now I'm going to leave it like that because I need a couple of things today. So while we're waiting for all of that, let's get started with the first quest. So if I come back here, voice of command, there seems to be a way to actually make spells. If it is possible here, what is possible in my old world? And I didn't do that early because it's not that good. So we're going to need, I'm going to make 2 crystal of something, unbound crystal. So what I'm going to do is remove this and put those in. And once this one is tier 2, it's automatically going to push these 2 glass in it, like so. And they're going to transform. Wow, I'm going to have to grab them super fast. Oh, and it reset automatically. Cool. So that's one quest done. And oh wow, a zombie head. That's amazing. Now, next step. Lightning. Putting a spell table with a zombie head next to an altar with glowstone dust will empower me to wield lightning. So we need to make a spell table. I'm going to just go back here, spell table, let's just search for it. Spell tablets, like so. Oh, you know what? Just give me a second. I just want to start something right now. So 64 sugar and glowstone, 64 glowstone. And I'm starting something from memory because I've made so many in my other playthrough. In my test world, like it's crazy. I could remember it in my my sleep, and I don't even know why I wasted so much time on it because it's not super useful. Anyway, so and I need some gunpowder. So see how without the essence, all of this would have been expensive before, and now it's not really expensive. Okay, so now I can put all of this in here, and this is going to start making simple catalyst. But we want to make, 64 is probably exaggerated, but when's the last time you've seen me do something that's not exaggerated, honestly? Let's put that. I need some stone, so let's grab a couple of stones. And what's my cobblestone situation? Cobble. Oh, I'm out of cobble. Okay, so just quickly, stop exporting cobble because yeah, that's not good. Now I have no more cobblestone. So it's going to start rebuilding a backup of cobblestone, but that's not ideal. I should have stopped it before. I just kind of forgot. And do I have any orb in here? Yes, I do have one orb. So this is a spell table. I'm going to grab that orb also. Oh, lore page. Do I still have the book? What was the book called? Huh. Not, it's only one. So when you're searching for something that you don't remember the name, that's rare. See, it's numbered by number of items. If I come here, I know I only have one of these books, so I can try to quickly, well, I say quickly, but is it really quick? I don't think so. I'm still going to try though. Journal, yes, perfect. So just out of curiosity, I have 5, 3, and 2. So let's complete the quest. 5, 4, and 2. Spells. What would a magic world be without spells? Spells in blood magic can be quite complex and have many different effects. There are basic spells and complex spells. Basic spells, blah blah blah, on the spell, the binding, the crystal, blah blah blah. An example, Zombie Head and Glowstone will create a spell that create random lightning around you. Wow, super useful. Okay, gonna show that back in here. So we need a Zombie Head. Oh, we already had one. We need a Glowstone. Glowstone right here. And we need a complicated thing, a blood altar. Wow. Okay, and let me just show you the setup. So is that quest completed? Oh yes, it is. I already claimed it. So if I come over here, you know what, blood magic is all this stuff here, so I'll put it here. So if you put a blood magic blood altar with a zombie table, with a spell table, a zombie head on top, and a glowstone, then you use an unbound crystal and you right click on this altar, and now it should be bound. Lightning. Oh my god, I can't believe I didn't do that before. I needed that like so badly. Oh. Yeah, okay, that was pretty dumb. And I like how the lightning caught fire on things underground. Yeah, super kind of efficient slash weird, but anyway. So, see, this is not interesting at all. Well, it's made, but so there are other spells you can make that are actually useful. You know what? Let me just, which one was it? I think it was obsidian. Obsidian and a skeleton skull, I think. So let's just go and try that. I think that one was a bit more useful, but considering that we got the bound weapon like almost immediately, it wasn't useful enough for me to waste time. Like, I tested it in my test world and I was like, yeah, I'm not sure I need this. See? And I think that these things will hurt. Oh. Yeah, okay. Is there more fire? No. Is there a dog somewhere? You know, there's never a dog when you need it. If I was not looking for a creature to kill, then I would have 20 dogs all over me trying to kill me. But because I'm actually looking for one, there will be none. But I think that this basically will do like 8 damage or 6 damage, like something really not impressive. And for that reason, I'm going to come back here, put this down here and say, is that, yeah, that's the right one. Put it there. And I'm going to move on to bigger, better things. And let's just continue with the quest line. So I'm not going to need this. I'm not going to need this. I'm not going to need the Nether Star. Oh, can this be scammed? No, of course not. Can the spell table be scammed though? Nope. Okay. Waste of time, waste of time, waste of time. So if I come back here and let's look at the book, we are going to now get into, it's getting complex, even more powerful spells, but they require chores, of course. It wants us to make a self-augmentator. So a self-augmentator is made with gold, a paradigm plate, which is made with these tier 2 plates, which is kind of why I knew we were going to need that. Then this output spell cable that requires a simple catalyst, and the self core that's going to require Sanctus. So let's make these empty core. I'm going to need 3 of them, I think. So augment self augmentator. Oh, come on. Self augmentator. So these I'm going to, oh, I need, it already finished. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna need 1, 2, 3 of those, I think. Perfect. Let's put them here. I'm going to need to go and grab some of these tier 2 plates, slates, sorry. And you know what? I think I'm okay. 59 is going to be more than enough. So I'm just gonna go like this and reset that to the plate that I want, because I'm still trying to make the blood tank. But I'm not close to making the blood tank. I'll show you that later. I did check in my time lapse. So I'm going to need 8 of these braces. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, because I kind of known, like I've made the spell in the other playthrough. I'm going to need 3 of those. So 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Then I'm going to need only 1 paradigm plate. Like this. Oh, and now we need to make the other stuff. Darn it, I kind of forgot about that. I need to make 4 Sanctus. So Sanctus is made with simple catalyst, so I'm going to need 4 glass, 4 glowstone, 4 nuggets. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 8 nuggets, 8 glowstone, sorry. 4 nuggets and 4 glass and 4 catalyst. Well, that's not going to take long, so it's going to be 4, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and split that in 2. And if I come back here, is there anything else I can pre-prepare? Yeah, I can pre-prepare this recipe, and I'm going to put the orb here, and once I have the 4 Sanctus, 2, which is also a reagent. We'll talk about this a bit later. 4, perfect. So let's come back here. So that's a self core, and now we can craft the self augmentator, part 1 of the spell. So next step is going to request a earth former. Earth former. So a earth former is going to be, I'm going to need some input spell cables. I'm going to need 2 of those. And as you saw, this is also going to need an output that we already prepared, and 4 brace and a earthen core, which is going to need 4 terrae, something like that. So it's going to be 8 obsidian, 4 dirt, 4 sand. So 4 sand, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 dirt, nope, not the right dirt. 1, 2, 3, 4, and obsidian. Obsidian is something that I'm going to have to work on pretty soon. I'm going to have to make more obsidian. Okay, so right here, 4, 4, split that in 2, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Might as well wait for it because there's nothing else really that I need to make. I'm just waiting for that now. Come on, give me, so 2 more. This is a bit slower than I would like, but I could have split it into between the 2. It just doesn't feel that worth it to me. Okay, so now I'm going to be able to make the earthen core like so, and with the earthen core made, I'm going to be able to make the earth former. Perfect. And now the next thing is a default spell modifier. So default spell modifier. So default spell modifier, again, made in the same format. Gonna use, oh, I'm gonna need 2 more braces. Okay, so I had miscounted the number of braces in my notes. Unattuned core is gonna need strengthened catalyst. We're gonna need 4 of those, but I wanna make a bit more because I know we're gonna need more later. So I'm going to make 8 craft of this. I'm going to need 8 bone meal, 8 nether warts. So bone meal, 6, 9. I'm going to get rid of 1 and a wart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Perfect. So now if I come back here, this and this, and 1, 2, 3, 4. 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which means I'm going to keep some simple catalyst. Was that the proper recipe? Yeah. And I'm going to need 4. The moment I have 4, I can continue my crops. So let's come back here. Nope. Let's come back here, do this. And the orb. Perfect. And now we can make the default spell modifier right here. And nope, still one more thing. Oh yeah, that's true. The complex spell crystal. The same way that we have the unbound crystal for simple spell, complex spells require a complex spell crystal, which is made with an unbound crystal, which is why I made one more. So we're going to need a diamond, a gold ingot, a diamante, and the weak blood shards. So 2 of those, and this is done. Perfect. So now we can go 1, 2, 3, and 4. That should be fairly quick. Yep. And voila. Which should be quest now. Yes, Flame of War. Okay, so how does that work? So right here, let's look at Blood Magic, because they're named weird. Sorry. Okay, so they're right here. We have a particle generator. Particle generator are like pew-pews. They throw like a little, just like this. So this is considered a particle. Okay? So particle generator is the base of the spell. And all of these, they all start the same. They start with a plate because they need to go on the ground. And then they have an output. So you have a particle generator or a self-augmentator that makes augment you, or a melee aggregator to have more melee strength, power, whatever, or a tool forger to make special tools. Like those are the 4 basic spell starters. So if I take this and I put it down here, that's the beginning. And if you see it, look, there's a little output right here. Okay. No, that's the earth former. That's not the one I wanted to put. So like this, yeah, it still has the little output right here. Then you can put a earth former, a wind generator, an ice maker, or a crucible of fire. These 4 are like the element that's going to be used. So I'm going to put the earth former right here. And if you see, they connected. So the output of the self-augmentator connected to the input of the earth former, and the earth former has its own output at the top here. Then the next step is to put a default spell modifier. So we have default, which is the basic mechanism of the spell, or we can make it an offensive spell, or a defensive spell, or a environmental spell. So of course, environmental is everything that's going to affect the environment around you. Defensive is usually going to be something to protect you. Offensive is going to hurt other troops. And default is like the basic of the spell. So think about it this way. If you had a if you had a melee modifier, right, melee aggregator, and then you used fire and you used offensive, well, it would probably be something that on hit people, you set them on fire or something like that. Now, you put that at the top, and that's the complete spell, okay? So technically it's the complete spell, but then you can make the spells stronger with reinforcing them. So you just put those like this at the top, and there's an output here to put another one and another one, and there are multiple type of modifiers. So the demonic spell empowerer, unstable spell, standard spell dampener. So you have dampeners to make them less strong, you have augmenter to make them stronger, and you have empower to make them more powerful. Like, honestly, not quite sure how interesting that is. Like, it's a cool concept, and again, in a mod where that's the only thing that you would have, it would probably be really cool to use, but in the context of a mod pack like we have, it's not that cool. So I'm going to put a link in the description downstairs. That on there you can see all of the spell description for the simple spell and for the complex spell. And if I'm looking at that table right now, we have a self-augmentator paradigm. Okay, so self-augmenter with an earth former, so earth, and with a default. What does is raise a platform from the ground. Sounds super useful. Is it set? Will it work? I don't even know if it's set. Crystal of unimaginable power. I don't even know. Oh no. Okay, so I guess you also use this to change the configuration. Okay. It doesn't seem to be working. I'll be honest with you guys, I can't be bothered. It might be interesting. You know what? Let's just go. We found another dog. Let's go get the other one at least. And oh, it did kill him. So it might have been useful if we had not made the blaster sooner, but now that we have the energy blaster that does 12 damage instead of 8, why would we need that? I don't know. Well, and technically I don't think that we do need it, which is why I'm putting it back there. Okay, so that's going to be another quest completed. Unfortunately, not a very useful one. Oh! I'm surprised that that broke the torch, but anyway. So I'm going to throw that in there. I'm not going to care all that much about this. Throw that in there, and now let's go on to the second to last quest. And I say second to last because fortunately we're not going to be able to do this one today. Reagents. A Calcinator can break down reagents. Provide it was an orb. Simply provide it with an orb. And the reagent you wish to break down. You can then fill a jar with it, and the stored AR power can be transferred into Master Ritual Stones to increase the ritual power. So we need to make an alchemic calcinator. Okay, so let's come right here and say alchemic calcinator. Alchemic calcinator right here. So it wants us to have a strengthened catalyst, which we already made. Cobblestone, so it's important that I restart it. Some cracked runic plate. So I'm going to need 2 of these, which is a concentrated catalyst. Ooh. Which is a strengthened and a gold nugget and fractured bone. So I need to make some fractured bone first. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Not going to make a lot of these. Again, this is just a quest that I want to done and get rid of and move on. So, and this. So if I come back here, I can go 1 and 1, 2, 3, 4. Can this be scanned? Probably not. Yeah. And then this and a strengthened catalyst. And now we're going to need 1 gold nugget. Oh, come on. They are a bit annoying, to be honest. They're always in your face. Here, gold nugget. Perfect. Let's come back here and a gold nugget. That's going to form the next thing that we need. Then we're going to need the 2 slates. And it was these, right? I'm pretty sure it was these. So let's grab this, this, and this. And it is transforming, so I must have gotten it right. Perfect. Cracked runic plate. So now let's go back here and we can make the alchemic calcinator. And then we need crystal bell jars. And crystal bell jars are made with glass, slabs, and concentrated catalyst, which is kind of why I made it. Oh, they're not the same thing. What are the concentrated? Oh, it's 2 simple catalyst with another. Wait, no, this is crystal bell jar. Sorry, guys. Crystal bell jar. Oh, right here. So, crystal bell jar, concentrated catalyst. Oh, so I'm going to make 3 more. The only 3 because that's the bones, fractured bones that I have, so I'm going to be okay with that. Let's just wait for 3 more, then I'm going to make 3 bell jar, and I'm going to show you quickly how it works, but I'm not going to spend a lot of time on that because I don't know that I want to use it. Okay, so let's come back here, and that's going to be 1, and the 2, and the 3. Perfect. Which should be quest. Yes. And claim the reward. And I'm happy that we're getting these tools. Now, if you look at the moon, right under the moon is my armor on the left and my flight on the right, then the hearts, and then the haunch of food. And you see my 115 level. I'm going to go on the bell jar, and if you look right above the 115, oh yes, of course, there has to be a wolf somewhere. I'm going to take care of you first, and then I'm going to show you the bell jar. There you go. Okay, so I'm going to look at the bell jar, and now do you see that there's a 1600 and blue stuff, and then here 1600 and gray stuff, and here 1600 and orange stuff. So these are, the orange stuff is right here, I think. No, this one is the orange, is Terra. Then the gray is this right here, Crepitus, or no, this one, Tenebra. And then there's the blue one is what? Blue one is Potentia. So how do you make all of these? Well, let's go back to @blood_magic, and I'll show you. So here, Incendium, Magicalis, Crepitus, Crystallos, Terra, Aquasalis, Tenebra, Incendium, Magicalis, Sanctus. So Sanctus, let's make a little bit more of that. That's fairly cheap. Yeah. So Sanctus, what was it again? I'm going to need glowstone, gold nuggets, and glass. So I'm going to grab 16 glass. Perfect. 16 nuggets. Perfect. And 32 glowstone. And I'm going to transform 16 of the, I'm going to make 16 of these. And while I'm waiting for these 16, I'm going to break these and move this setup. So if I come back here, I'm going to use the Calcinator. I'm going to put the Calcinator right here. Oh, I thought I heard a bad sound. And I'm going to put these bell jars around like this. And then the one that are already filled. So it's, I don't know if you guys see the parallel, but it's kind of like Essentia. But for blood magic, it's kind of like that. It's not exactly the same, but it's so similar that you can just like consider it almost the same. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to grab an orb, because you need to put an orb, and I don't think that it needs to be a high level. So I'm going to right click the orb in there. Perfect. And then I'm going to grab a hopper, because it's going to be easy to make all of them. So hopper, just craft me one. Like so. Is this done? 2 more, no, 1 more. So I'm just going to wait for it because I don't want to have to come back here after. And while we're waiting, might as well just check quickly. 1.5 million. You know what that means? That means 3 Wither skeleton skulls. Perfect. So let's go back here. I don't need to fly. Okay, so first off, I'm going to put only 1 in here. And, oh, I'm going to turn particles. Video setting, nope. Particle all. So you see the particles of this like being calcinated, and you're going to see it appear below. And voila. So I can put another one in here and it's going to calcinate it again, but it's only one at a time, which is kind of why you want the hopper, because then you can just go and put all of these on top, but they're not going to go in. Oh, yes, they are piling in it. So you manually can only put one, but the hopper can throw all of them in there. And do you see? 27, 29, 3,000 of the yellow stuff. So now what you need to do is you need to link. So these are alchemical segmenter used to designate which reagent can go into a container. So if I come back here, this is a ritual. This has 3 container, or 4 I believe, and you can set each container to different things. An alchemical cleanser is basically what you use to clear the list of destination. So cleanse, 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 perfect. Now what you can do is use the the router is to route, a tool to tune alchemy reagent transmission. So I'm going to hold shift and right click, and it's going to give me the yellow look here. It's now attuned to Sanctus, currently selected reagent Sanctus. And then I can say I want Sanctus from here, right click only, to here, right click only. And now you see it's going up. Whatever was in there is going down. See, 4,000 down to 3,000 something. Going in here up to 4,000. And these bell jars can contain 16,000. And it's 1,000 per what's it called? Per element. So, and see, I took them all. And I had to click them through the hopper to put more than one. So now this is slowly calcinating, and we already have 8,000. Like, these empty fairly quickly. The calcinator are slow, but the transfer is kind of super rapid. So this is going to make another one. Oh, 20, boom, already transferred 9,000. So the moment it appears here, it transfers, and do you see the yellow? Like, it's telling you that it's going to send yellow here. I'm not 100% sure of what I'm saying. You know what? Let's just take... What's the other one that I can make? Incendium. So what's Incendium? Nope. Too complicated. What's Magicalis? This one's fairly easy, but what else is there? Crepitus is super easy. Terrae, Aquasalis. So we have Aquasalis already. We have Terrae already. I don't know what they're used for, but what's Crystallis? No, that's too complicated for me right now. What are these called? They don't have an easy name. So it's... Oh, there's more here. Offensa, Presidium. Wow, there's a lot more than I thought. Orbis Terrari. So the Orbis Terrari is kind of complicated. So Orbis Terrari is an augmented form of Terrae. Okay? So you know what? I'm not going to do any of these. What's the simplest one? I've already done this one. Magicalis is the simplest, so I'm going to make Magicalis. It's going to be, how many do I have? 16, so I'm going to make another 16 of that. So it's going to be, oh, yeah, give me the Nether Stars. So it's going to be 16 of that, and 16, 16, 32. Okay, 16, 16, 32. So 16 and 16, and glowstone is going to be 32. Perfect. So let's come back right here and do this. And so basically what I want to try is I want to try to link something else. Ooh, I forgot to stop the other one though. Am I on time? Nope, it's already all done. Okay, so now I'm going to put this right here, and this is going to slowly transform into, it's going to calcinate into a liquid Magicalis, which we're still waiting for, and voila, 1,000. But it can't send here because this is configured to send the yellow stuff to Sanctus. So to remove the color, you shift right click in the air, clearing save container. And then you can shift right click this here, and now set to Magicalis. And then you can click this and click this. Link container. Oh, I also have to, clear the connection because it, okay, so that's what I wanted to prove. I didn't know if it could, a calcinator could be connected to multiple bell jar for different materials. So no, it can only have one connection, unfortunately. So yeah, probably like the calcinators are so cheap that probably the easiest thing to do is to create, like, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There must be 11, 12, 13. Oh my god, there's so many of those. Yeah, okay, so maybe it's easier to make a bell jar for each one. But I'm going to put that here, and I'm going to let that continue its work. And you know what? I like the idea of putting the tools where they are, so I'm going to come here and say crystal, complex spell crystal, and then I'm going to get some wood. And I'm going to go like this. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to put that like this, and 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I'm going to grab some stones. You know what? I prefer the stone brick. And I'm going to come back there. And I'm just going to, I kind of like the idea of that little setup. So I'm going to go like this, and put the complex spell crystal that doesn't work right here. And then for this one right here, I'm going to go 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Like this, and then I'm going to go and put all of the tools on here like this, so that if I'm ever searching for these things later on, I know exactly where to find them. And if I want to look at it, I can just do this and say, see, that's at 8,000, and this is not finished, so I can put that here. And now I can go back to my video settings and remove the particle because, yeah, that was annoying. Perfect. So those are all of the quests done except one. The only one that we have left is the crystal cluster. And unfortunately, see, that's not even 500,000. So I can't even do another Nether Wart. Another Nether Stars, sorry. So I still have 55 that I need to transform. And until these 55s are done, I won't be able to complete the tier 6 altar. So unfortunately, it's not something that's going to happen this episode. But now that it's at least I remember it, all I have to remember is to put a Wither skeleton skull here once in a while whenever this is full. And maybe now it's unfortunately going to be time to add more runes of dislocation. Or, yeah, this is keeping up. So it's not runes of dislocation that I need, it's runes of acceleration. So I might make a couple more of those just to try and recharge faster, because the recharge of my blood network is my biggest problem here. And I have a solution for that. If you don't know what the xHedra solution to that is why do I have 2 altars when I can have 3, 4, 5, 6? Honestly, I'm semi-joking. You know what? Like I said, I'm semi-joking. Let me semi-unjoke for 1 second. So I'm going to, if I look at this, it's going up 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. It's going at that kind of level. So now, if I grab this, and I grab this, 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yes! Oh yes, it's double the speed. So you know what? No. I'm done with these. I'm going to let these double recharge because double is more than 1. So I'm just curious. Like right now, I don't even have 500. Oh, I have 500,000. So I'm going to put 1 in here. And oh yeah, so it's using it way faster than I'm generating it. But that's the sad part, because oh, it's going back up really quick though. But because I forgot about this halter has been running dry for long. Like I was at the full 3 million that I can get. I think 3 million is the maximum, and I kind of wasted. Well, I wasted time, not blood, because I didn't use the blood. But it was kind of a waste. I didn't know that it destroyed the torches, and it's probably what's been happening. Probably I've been destroying some of the torches. Okay, so let's talk about the next step, because I want to end this episode and I want to talk about the next steps. So next episode, we're going to go back in Farmcraft, and I was doing some research and looking at some videos. Man, oh man, in my time lapse, I'm going to see if I have the ability... Oh, maybe it's already done. So let me just check quickly. Because I thought I was not going to be doing a lot of Farmcraft, so I kind of not ignored it. But yeah, I've kind of ignored it. Let's use the real term. I've kind of ignored it. But, Energistic, these... they do work, and they do work amazingly. Why is there a mirror here? Advanced Essential Tube filtered. Why are those under Energistic? I don't. Anyway, so what I was trying to say is right here, this relay interface, Arcane Crafting Terminal, Digi-Sentia Storage, Digi-Sentia. So I can put my Essentia in here with some disk. And if you look at here, if I go at Essentia Storage, right here, these can have 12 Essentia types stored and up to 1,000 of each. 12, 4,000, 12. So, and how many Essentias are there? You see them here. One, so let's do a full line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12, so that's 1 disk, 2 disk, 3 disk, 4 disk, and these plus these 3 is 5 disk. So if I make 5 4K M Essentia, ooh, thought I mean it is expensive, but it's oh, I haven't unlocked how to make the Essentia. Probably that's what I need. So in my time lapse, you know what? This interface relay, I'm just gonna look. Do I have this flesh? 1, 1, 1, 1, focal, osmotic, tank, sanitizing, blah 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 blah, golem, powered node, blood 1, ethereal blood alchemy. Okay, so no, I do not have any of this. I'm gonna need some paper. I'm gonna grab all of this, and I'm gonna come back here. And I'm going to grab the scribing tool, and yes please, yes please, yes please. So I'm going to craft these things. I can craft this terminal already, so I'm probably also next episode probably going to be crafting that terminal. And in my time lapse, I'm going to prepare everything to make some of these discs, because what I'm going to be able to do is kill all these. Oh my boy. Sorry. So, as I was saying, you know how this is complicated? And now I'm always in a situation where importing this is a problem? Well, I'm going to be able to just stick an import on one side, and whatever this generate, the alchemical furnace, it's just going to be able to grab it as it come out, and I'm not going to have this 64 maximum problem. So that is definitely 100% worth it. And if I come here to infusion, runic matrix. So I haven't unlocked it yet. I hope that by unlocking these things, it's going to unlock other things. But I know for a fact, and that's because I saw it in an episode, that there's a block that you can put here from your ME system, and this will pull from the ME system. Yes. So that's going to be amazing. It also means that I'm going to be able to export directly stuff to here, and I'm going to be able to export all of, so everything that this plant creates, if I Euclidaisy, if I put it back down, everything that it creates, I'm going to just dump in there and transform into Essentia, sorry. Yeah, Essentia. Because I'm going to have all of the space in the world in there. So maybe I'm going to have too much Aurum at some point. I would never have thought that I would say I would have too much Aurum. But same thing. I'm going to be able to also set auto crafting recipes for this here, because apparently there's an interface just made for the alchemical construct that we're going to be able to use to automate all of that. So next episode, we're going to go into Thaumcraft, yes, and we're not going to, well, we're going to be making our scepter because we got everything ready for it, and we might maybe do the wireless V and the one recharge pedestal just to be able to complete some quests, but we're also going to be working a little bit toward storing it in our ME system. And then probably the last, we're going to need 2 more Thaumcraft episodes, one to get into Golem and one to get into this alchemically crowned blood one that I'm really not sure how to get to, but we're going to do the research for it and we're going to get to it. And in the next episode, so next episode is Thaumcraft. Done. We don't have what's it called, Witchery anymore. So we're going to start into Technomancy. So in 2 episodes from now, we're going to craft this book and we're going to start looking at these things and how they can make our life easier. So guys, that's going to be it for today. I'm just going to hit here on this new section, this useless section. Guys, thanks. Okay, thank you for destroying my code. Okay, so let's try that again. So guys, we have a plan for the next episodes. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye now. bye.